All right, for all of you who think all hope is lost in our Democrat-run cities, the Angle's seen signs of hope. And of all places, Chicago, where residents are revolting against proposed tax hikes.
Here you are with another gritty property tax hike, trying to push the have-nots to house your precious illegal immigrants. You told Trump you ain't gonna blink? Well, we ain't either.
Let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money.
One thing that Chicago people know very well is how to spot a scam. And the scam has been exposed. You cannot bully Chicago people because this is a city of bullies and bully slayers.
You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America.
Well, the Chicago mayor doesn't give a damn.
We won't be intimidated. We won't cower under pressure. The abominable ignorance that is coming from the president-elect and former president is quite damning. We will not allow tiny gods who attempt to have flexibility in the morality to use it as a way to divide us.
They're trying to do like an Obama impersonation there. Joining me now, two of the Chicago residents who spoke at that meeting. P. Ray Easley, founder of the Chicago Red, and Danielle Carter-Walters. P. Ray, let's start with you. So it seems that Mayor Johnson is pretty proud of how he's managed the influx of migrants. So why do you say otherwise?
Because he's not proud. He's very uncomfortable. He has a 14% approval rating, and no politician wants to have that type of approval rating. Wherever he goes, there are people jeering him and telling him that he has to adjust the budget and that we need the illegals gone. But he's already made deals, and I believe cash checks in order to push this plan forward, regardless of what we want, because the Chicago Teachers Union has been traveling to Venezuela for years and making deals with their government.
Well, Danielle, it turns out that Chicago is throwing resources at illegals. They do get free housing. They do get free meals a day, daily snacks. They get free medical care. And yet, Danielle, when I was in Chicago for the DNC, I saw a lot of people who were struggling. I talked to a lot of people who were struggling, who were residents of Chicago, who love Chicago. What about those people?
Well, he doesn't care anything about those people. Those people are me and Miss Jessica and the other ones you see that come down there, who are homeowners, who he's proposing and has proposed that we get a $300 million property tax hike. So those people who are struggling with this bad economy that the Biden and Harris administration has put on us. So we are the people that's struggling, the tax-paying people, the American citizens that he refused to listen to.
Now, P. Ray, what I still don't understand, because we know what's happened to Chicago. We know what's happened to Oakland. We know what's happened to places like St. Louis and Baltimore. We know what's happened to them. Yet they still keep voting in Democrats. Now, there's been some Republican gains courtesy of President Trump. I'm going to get to that in a moment. But what's the deal with continuing to return failure back into power, rewarding failure?
You have to remember that we're fighting against the Chicago machine. The Chicago machine was so pervasively violent and intimidating that we actually have a federal decree, the Shackman decree, which makes it illegal to politically bully people in the city of Chicago. Before then, if you did not align yourself with the Democratic Party, you could not get city services, you could not get a government job, and someone may slap you in the face. However, we're past that. We're done with that machine, and now the progressives are here, and they want to live off of the brand of the Democratic Party, and we can't do that anymore. So our goal now is to raise the self-esteem of the people so that they can understand that the Democratic Party does not have that power anymore. Yeah. They're not a boogeyman.
Yeah, well, they don't care about them, clearly. And that's been demonstrated. Danielle, you made that point so well at the big meeting. And to that point, don't you think Donald Trump should take this moment, I think even pre-inauguration, he has all this momentum, go to cities like Chicago, maybe make it part of a Blue City No More tour, and tell the city, you know, he loves American cities. He wants to rejuvenate them. and really tell the people, you don't have to live this way. I'm going to help, work with me. That's my idea, and I'm sticking with it. Your reaction to that?
We were welcome here in Chicago. We voted for Trump. We came out and voted for Trump. So the numbers, don't let the numbers fool you. We came out. And I believe if Trump, and I'm calling from him, to make an example out of our mayor, Brandon Johnson, because they saying that they don't mind going to jail. So I believe if Trump makes an example out of Brandon Johnson and lock him up, then, oh yes, Chicago, he will have Chicago in his pocket.
That's the new chant, P. Ray. But Johnson is like, I'm going to go to jail to protect. He wouldn't go to jail to protect his own citizens, okay? No. But he'll go to jail to protect the migrants. How do you think, P. Ray, really quickly, how do you think that's going to sit with the people?
I think the people are going to rejoice if that happens, because we've been begging the president for over a year to please come help us. Tom Holman, please come help us. Miss Pam Bondi, please come help us. We need federal intervention in the city of Chicago because we have our own swamp, and we need you guys to give us the resources to save us. Yeah,
the swamp in Chicago is pretty thick. P. Ray, Danielle, you are fantastic. Thank you both very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.